Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Nowhere. Okay. Right, so I unexpectedly got the turn early, which was pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, How you doing there, Reinhardt? Oh, sorry, no, that's, I thought it was Reinhardt for a second. How you doing there, G-Man? How you doing there, Connor? I don't know why I read that as Reinhardt there, G-Man. Ah, there we go. Well, I know who I want to have in my fantasy, apparently. Right, so let's go ahead and get on with this then, shall we? I'm good, just tired. Started uni this week. Didn't mean to open it in windowed. Oh well. I'm gonna keep that window actually open, just minimize it. Yeah, so things are very busy at the moment. Very, 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 very busy. I was looking forward to seeing what happens in the turn, really. I'm going to be doing the THG one at the weekend if I get the time. Excuse me. Oh, I still need to put the mods back in the game. One day I'll do that. Let's see then. Look both ways before crossing. Well, I mean, this is it. Is he actually gonna cross? That's gonna be the question there. How you doing there, G? Good to have you, my man. Yeah, see, it doesn't ask me about the database update. So I think that must be like what causes that initial like lagginess when we open the game up. Which is kind of strange. Need to get that database sorted. I miss you too there, G. Miss you too. Okay. I mean, we're in combat mode. Oh wow, thank you very much for that, Spartan of Rome, for the resubscription. Much appreciated, my man. My man of Rome. My Spartan. That's a really good game, by the way. What is it now? Spartan Total Warrior, was it? That was an amazing game. Really enjoyed that game. Uni's good so far. It's hella hard. It's hella busy at the moment. Oh dear. That's a big boy. That's a big boy taking a big boy torpedo. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, put some shells in there. No? Okay, well, I'll take it. It's not going to go down unless we're lucky, though. Heavy damage. Oh, she doesn't go down. But that was nice. That's a nice way to begin. Not a bad way to start at all, there. Right, 023. Yeah, near Perth indeed. We did see a few ships out there. Ooh, there we go. We finally got a direct hit on the 023. That was only a matter of time there, really. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Word. There we go, yeah, she's taking a lot of damage there. Very nice. It's one of these things of, he knows. Well, I'd like to say, well, but again, he doesn't really know. In fairness, we're not really operating anything around here for the time being. I'm not really operating anything in this area, but he doesn't particularly know that. Probably. She's pretty heavily damaged. And this is it. If it's not a kill, the second best thing is a mission kill. That's an AP. Yes! Ho ho ho! Yes, mama! Oh, yes! Heavy damage. Come on. No fires, but that's nice. The I-25 is having a good day. You've got a deck gun too, though, I-25. You've got a deck gun too. Please use it. Oh, something just sank. That must be the AP then, or the AK. I'll take it. I will take it. Yeah, not 20 indeed. Not bad. Not bad. We're bang on the money there. It does make me wonder what he had aboard there, but we've been having some success over there. I-25 once again. Right, okay, well, we're being attacked this time around, but we do see a number of actual task forces out here, which is really good, so we can try and track them down as soon as Siege survives. These destroyers, I'm not too sure what nation they are. They look British, I think. I could be wrong. N-Clash, yeah. I thought it looked British-esque. They traditionally have that sort of like high forward section there. Yeah, I mean this is the only problem. They do have pretty bloody good depth charges. Okay. Well, we managed to make it out of there. Actually intact, so the I-25 is on a hell of a spree so far. She's doing very well. It would have been very nice to have seen her put a few deck gun shots in there. But then again, we don't know if there was actual escorts, but she's done a damn fine job so far. We do have our preparations underway for the Wake invasion. Loading troops up at Wake now. Right, seeing ships out there. It's interesting. It's going to take a couple turns until we launch it properly. We will have a bombardment mission essentially go out ahead of it, really. How you doing there, Hasman? Good to have you, my friend. Right, okay, mission cancelled for the Key 30 Ans there. Oh, I should have told them to actually attack the airfield at Lucina. I forgot to do that, actually. I'll have to do that this time around. Bombing over here. Okay. Now, the question is, will he cross from Kianko here? Now, nobody owns the Hex. So, I don't know if he does cross, I don't know if that's a shock attack. We are going to go ahead and deliberately attack here today. It's going to be very intriguing to see what happens there. It will be very intriguing. Okay. Continuing to hit the runway over here. Yeah, hitting the supply dumps is very nice. How you doing there, Ove Cato Borsheim? Good to have you, my friend. Pretty good so far. Pretty good. We have the I-25 actually running pretty hot today. Right, there we go. So what I actually see here then, the 28th Chinese Corps and the 50th Chinese Corps. Does make me wonder. Right, so we've seen SB freeze over here. Well, that's fine. All that's here is actually a HQ unit and artillery, I think. Yeah. Okay. We'll have our division unloaded at Cotabato today. I do have the, I think it's the 2nd Division. It was initially going to land just a little bit north of Lucina. What we're doing instead is actually having it sent out towards Truck. The idea being, well, if it's not needed, we can have it turned around and sent back to Mindanao. I'll send to Mindanao. If it is needed, I like torpedo bombers interesting. It's actually a very, very interesting report there. If it is needed, well, that's good. We can have it as part of the 2nd wave for Wake. Very nice to have the protection level over Wake now. We're going to have that each day, unless we have some poor weather. Okay, moving into the air transport phase. Okay. So a pretty successful turn so far for us then in terms of submarines. The nice thing is we didn't have the submarine actually damaged, which is always a good thing. We hit one of his subs and we actually had our sub be successful twice. Here we are attacking over here at Erkkijuusto. Can't pronounce that. So we do see the 34th Separate Brigade there. 139 to 31 we do catch for the city. They retreat to, yes, to the north, which is excellent. Okay, there we are. So we suffer 2 destroyed vehicles, 7 disabled. We inflict 921 casualties, 27 destroyed, 18 disabled, 18 destroyed, 5 disabled, 4 destroyed, 0 disabled. So 2 vehicles destroyed there. Does make me wonder if that might be like motorized support, potentially. How you doing there, 4? We had the I-25 actually run rampant today, which is nice. Yeah, as you can see, the first Chinese corps there, really, yeah, it doesn't have any much there. Yeah, wow. 3,588 troops, they had 25 AV. Yeah, so, wow. They kind of got their asses kicked. Okay, we are attacking over here. Oh, yeah, look at that, 95th Chinese Corps. So it looks like he just marched too late, but this corps is going to have a bad day. Does anybody want to take a look at how much artillery is under there? Can you imagine? I can imagine this is what it must be like to be attacked by like a Soviet army group, really. Because that's a fair old amount of artillery. The cool thing is we don't have tanks in here, but we do have the electric engineer unit. And we also do have the other engineer regiment, sorry. The former has the Type 2 half-track, I think it is, which actually is armoured, technically. It's very, very light armour, but it's technically armoured. The actual engineering vehicle, the actual engineering tank of the Yaego, I think it is, does have some armour. So technically, like an improvised AFV, they do have anti-soft and anti-armour. Very poor anti-armour, but anti-soft works. Right, there we go. The divisions are attacking now. Yeah, 23rd Division attacking, 11th Division attacking, 27th Electric, 36th, 25th. There we are. That's a lot of power there. That's a lot of power. I mean, this is it. The 95th Chinese Corps there is probably one of the few corps he had in the area that wasn't just essentially formed from wrecked units. Well, reconstituted, I should say. You can see its AV has dropped off there pretty dramatically, and continues to do so. Can we get an F in the chat here for the 95th Chinese Corps? F in the chat, please. I didn't adjust. So 2,196, so we just about clinch it. Yeah, and he's thrown back across the river there. So we do see we had 2,699 AV to 330. We had 51-1 odds there, so we just made it. We see he had the benefit of training the leaders, but he suffered from disruption and fatigue. We had no modifiers there. We suffered 532 casualties, 0 destroyed, 33 disabled, 5 disabled, 19 disabled. We inflict 4,471 casualties, 94 squads destroyed, 213 disabled, 79 squads destroyed, 7 disabled, 5 engineers destroyed, 14 disabled, 19 guns destroyed, 44 disabled. How you doing there, Palmeds? Yeah, good to have you, my man. Well, we had some success so far with the I-25, but yeah, we just kicked his ass back to Kianko there, which is very nice. I mean, that's a fair chunk of AV there. He lost 94, absolutely, but I do not imagine these guys are in great shape right now, considering that he was actually complaining about disruption and fatigue before the attack. Being thrown back across the river is going to definitely hurt there. A deliberate attack over here once again. We had a very, very weird roll. I'm hoping that we might be able to draw that back, because that was very, very strange. 1-1, 358, 277. No. 340. See, this is what I would expect more. This is what I would expect more, really. So that one's going to be tougher. We will need another division to reinforce that, really. We do have our deliberate attack over here. We do have a 37th Division here, supporting the 12/B Division here. You can see their AVs, obviously, nowhere near what it used to be, really. That's pretty cool there, Gilla. G-Killer. Blended the two together there seamlessly. One to one, 320, 298. So he's going to hold on into that hex for a little while longer. We suffer 2 destroyed, 22 disabled, 2, 6, Inflict 240. So yes, a times 3 does help him, but we'll eventually break through here. He actually still has supply, shockingly, but we will keep attacking then. We have 547 base AV, he has 159. That is lowered by another 5 now, which is not a huge amount, but he will be running low on supply. It looks like he's still trying to move out of here, actually. Right, so we're attacking over here. I was a little bit worried about it. I'm like, oh shit, that's a lot of base force units. Ideally, we can force them to surrender today. That'd be nice. That would be ideal. Yeah, we'll take a look at the Kianko area. It does make it easier that we've dealt with one core. I mean, the 95th hasn't been completely destroyed, but it's definitely been hurt. Ooh. So he holds out here then. I think that was with the fortification there, so 127 to 67. Looks like we had a fairly marginal roll. Actually, not a great roll. He had a good roll. With reduced fortifications, taking a few casualties. So definitely not as good as I was hoping for, really. Right, attacking over here, again with the 14th Tank Regiment against the 221st Group RAF. They don't want to surrender. Okay, that's a pain in the arse. Apparently no losses inflicted at all. Okay, as you do. Deliberate attack over here, then. So you just see the 18 AV there. 50 to 40 to 0. So he holds on to it, which is actually interesting. We had another really bad roll there. That's actually a really, really bad roll to get 50. I mean, that's impressive. No, they were our tanks. Okay. 124th Infantry Regiment attacking over here against the 5th Coastal Gun Battalion, and it surrenders, thankfully. That's good then, so we can carry on moving over here. That does free up another regiment now, which is very good news. So that unit is destroyed. Once again, attacking over here. I did mean to actually put them into shock attack, but I forgot. No. They just give no shit. Just give no shit. Right, okay, so this is a attack against the core here. Now, that's a stronger core than I actually imagined, which is not ideal there, really. We do send it, thankfully, bloody back. Yeah, that was good. Oh, thank God for that. He was actually in the wrong operation mode. He had low supply as well, so we managed to get that. That was actually quite fortunate. Holy shit, that's 100 destroyed there. Holy shit, they took a lot of damage there. Wow. That's a lot of damage. Okay, well, I'm glad that one worked out, because that's actually a very nice roll there. So we had 10 disabled, 1 disabled, 1 disabled. For squads non-combatant engineers. We have here 100 squads destroyed, 180 non-combatants destroyed, 4 engineers destroyed, 5 disabled, 3 guns destroyed, 4 disabled there. That's yeah, I mean that's effectively cut his AV in half there. Just in terms of like base AV, like well maximum potential AV. Pretty rough for him. Pretty rough for him. Okay. So, we actually did have a pretty good turn there. Nothing really went particularly wrong. It would have been nice to have won a few more victories, but we won the important victory outside Kianko. It does make me wonder what he will think about that. Hey, do we have Vulcan? Yeah, we had success with the I-25. We are now in possession of the Hex outside Kianko. Kicked a few Chinese units' asses. Making progress in Java, in Burma. Doing well, really. Doing well. Hit that Dutch sub. That was a good one. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do here, then, is make a save. Ideally isn't laggy. I think what I might do here is actually save it, and then back out of the menu, and then reload it back in. And it probably asked me to update the database, then. I do need to get that sorted with Dadman. That would be ideal. Okay. Let's make another save as well. Yeah, it does make me wonder, did we sync the AK? Did we sync the AP? It would have been nice to... I mean, syncing either or would have been nice. Syncing both would have been better. What do you guys reckon then? Was it the AP or was it the AK? I kind of lean towards the AK because it had fires. But then again, they both had reported heavy damage, didn't they? So who knows about that. But that's some pretty hefty damage to go down in a single night. Okay. So what I'm going to do here then is quickly quickly back out, then log back in. And then it'll probably ask me to update database, and then after that it should run better. Just need to get the database sorted. Yeah, I'll ask for it. Yep, there we go. Just need to get that sorted, really. So it should probably run better now. We'll go ahead and take a look at aircraft losses today. So we have a Dinar. He loses a Kingfisher. Apparently he has a B-17D lost at air-to-air, which is intriguing, actually. I'd have to see if we have anything in terms of operation report there. A Fulmar. Okay. Guys, do remind me, a Fulmar is a British aircraft, is it not? I believe it's British. And that was a ops loss there. Let's take a look at ship sunk. It does list the O-23, which is nice. I'm glad we got her. But I don't think we got her. Because obviously, well, we didn't hear her sink. Maybe she sinks on the way back. I doubt it. But not bad. So you can see we're at 15,499. He's at 6,955. We took that base in northern China, which is awesome. So let's take a look down here. Right, so CCL, but we know there's ships over here. We know there's prey. So that's quite good. I-25 there. Only a little bit of major damage there, but she's pretty much good to go. Jake, E-13A1, looking well. Being flown by the Kamisaka K. Nice. Does a list of kill planes include planes that have not yet been produced? I don't think so. Right, so we are seeing his light cruisers out here then. It looks like he's going to be conducting another bombardment to Talagi in the near future. The good news is over here at Talagi, we do have his submarines around here now in a much greater concentration too. We do have a little bit of fuel there. So there is some fuel there. The subs will last a little bit longer, frankly. We also do have our prior warning. We are building up over here at the Shotlands. I would love to get that to size 1 airfield before he did arrive. It'll take time. Right. For planes that have been killed, you have to actually kill them. I think regarding R&D, I don't think it counts really, because obviously it's not an aircraft that's been destroyed in the air. I love your small isolated and lost garrisons northwestern Numer. Yeah, Bellap Island, yeah. And they've been there a fair while at this point, actually. I believe they're subsisting on the sand itself, actually. They'll one day be given real food. One day. We are slowly but surely extending our influence down south, actually. It looks like he's reducing the amount of auxiliaries here, but we do have lower than average detection, which is not exactly great. So we are preparing for the wake operation, as I did say earlier on. So I do have 2 naval guard units being moved out of Rabal towards Truck. The regiment at Truck is being loaded right now. We do have these AKs being sent back over here to actually go ahead and pick up more elements of the regiment. That's going to take about, probably, it's probably going to be about 3-4 days maybe before we do set off the actual troops. We'll probably have a bombardment mission go ahead before that, actually. So seeing 5 units here. He looks to be reinforcing that, which is actually really intriguing. Because in fairness, that's a fair number of men, and he can only have yeah, so he's got a max stacking of 6,000, apparently. And there's about 10,000 men, apparently. That's intriguing. Yeah, what we could do, actually, regarding Port Moresby. I've resisted it in the past, but what I might do is potentially have forces just move to Boona and then have them marched in there. 179 guns, you say? Indeed, apparently, yeah. I mean, he's really reinforcing that, but in fairness, we're gonna bombard that, and we're gonna bombard that very hard. He's probably reinforcing to try and delay as much as possible, really. Yeah, the KB will stay with the invasion force. See, what we're going to do here, therefore, is we're going to actually have some zeros and G3s, or G4s, whatever you like, established down here at Roynamar. The issue that we had in times past is obviously as we came in this way, when he had his carriers, he could either go this way around us or he could go this way around us. Obviously we'd have to choose one direction or the other, and if we chose wrong then he'd get around us. But yes, the KB will head in alongside them. It's going to have more support. It's probably going to have the most support of any operation, really. There's going to be more support thrown into this than the Pearl Harbor operation, really. Yes. Maybe at Tongi. Tongi is a little bit vulnerable there, but we could potentially go for the AKEs there. What we'd have to do is establish the AVs, or at least the ASW squadrons around Twangi, and probably have some AVs with the actual E-13A1s flying ASW around this area. Yeah, but that's the beauty there. As you say about Evoken, is like, we're going to quite literally bomb the living shit out of it. Bombard the living shit out of it beforehand. So that's going to be quite good. But that's going to take some time. It's going to be a big operation. But the beauty is we do have a division being sent out that way. We do have a armoured regiment being sent that way from Tokyo. They're going to take some time to get loaded. They shouldn't be unloading. Why would they do that? Is it fully loaded? Yes, it is, which is good news. Okay. So I do have it fully loaded over here. I do have a naval guard unit there, but I would like to have another ship to transport them on. I could, I don't know, maybe fit them on the Tango Maru, but no, I don't think they would fit on the Tango Maru, and I wouldn't want to have them on one ship as well, so that's quite a nasty loss if we lose that. But the good news is we do have tanks that will form part of a second wave. We do have a division that would form a second wave. And what we're going to do then is essentially have the regiment go ashore first, and then we'll have a naval guard unit fed in, and then a naval guard unit fed in. And what we'll try to do is withdraw a unit before we have a new unit. Well, while we're putting a new unit in, try and withdraw another unit as well, try and keep the stacking down. But yeah, as said, the issue for him is he's above the stacking limit. It's only a size 1 port. He does have a size 3 airfield, but it will be bombarded to hell and back, so it's going to be pretty rough for him. Kitabatai will be on standby for the operation, so yeah. And then, if more men are required, we have said division on the way. We'll have tanks on the way too, so it's going to look quite nice, really. Oh, it's not the end of the war, man. You've got... I really respect you, my man, but you've got to let go of this fascination with the B-17s. The B-17s are not quite the threat you believe them to be right now, and it's not the end of the war if it has Wake. We're gonna have Wake. Believe in that. Yeah, but I mean, you are optimistic, but you like saying it's gonna be the end of the war if we don't get Wake. It won't be the end of the war if we don't get Wake. We will get Wake, but it's not gonna be the end of the war if we don't, so don't worry about it. Besides, you can't fly B-17s from Wake. He needs a size 5 airfield. Is it 4 or 5? I think he needs a 4 or 5 airfield there. Size 4, there we go. I think he could maybe build it over capacity, but that takes a hell of a long time. Okay. Taking a look around the area. So it's good to be concerned though. Yeah, as Evoken says. Okay, unloading supply over here, which is quite nice. I'm quite happy they didn't get torpedoed, in all honesty. So I do have a sub out here then. So I-20, thankfully no major damage there, so she can just go into port there and be repaired, which I'm quite happy about. I-20 here. Readiness. Stood down 3 days. I'll just have her on normal then. Well, this is it. It's not as if we're not going to get Wake. I mean, let's be real. We're going to be sending, like, what? Let's see. You're going to send the Kitabatai. There's 8 BBs over here, 4 CAs, obviously a lot of DDs. We're also going to have Haruna potentially made available for the operation, but Haruna is going to be made available alongside Shoho and other assets in the Japanese home islands to be made use, made use of in the Aleutian Island operation, which will be coming soon. But yeah, he doesn't have the capability to hold on to Wake. If he does bring his carriers here, then it's going to be an interesting one. Because frankly, if he left the Coral Sea area to just wait around Wake, then I will be quite surprised. But in fairness, we are looking for that decisive battle, really. And if it does present us a chance, this is it. It's not great for us beyond Wake, but in fairness, this is probably the best place that we could have an engagement. At least of all the places he might actually give battle. There's not many places he would actually choose to give battle, and this might be the one place he may give battle. Because at least we do have the Marshall Islands, we do have Naval Talk, we do have Roinamar, we do have Naval Search coming out of those locations, as I should have mentioned. markers. So we do have these areas, we do have these bases giving support. It's difficult for us to see much beyond Wake, but we can do it if we push the H6 K4s to their maximum. We can see a decent length beyond here. I do have a number of submarines as well. Specifically, there is one with a float plane that'll be available soon, so we're going to have them operating out this way. We'll make the best of it. The difficulty is real with submarines in this area. He's brought in additional ones over here, it seems. But we'll have to try and drive him away, really. Ooh, hello there, Shoe Event Horizon, that's a really cool name. More likely he strikes elsewhere where you're overprotecting the Wake invasion. Well, this is it. This is it. He probably will do that. And this is the issue here. Wherever we are not with a KB is probably where he's going to be with his own US and CVs. But in fairness, if we take a look at the amount of locations he can attack, okay, well, that he can attack. He could attack, obviously, this area down here. In all honesty, that would actually be a good thing for us. It'd be difficult, but it is probably the area that we can deal with him best of all the areas without KB. The Dutch East Indies is being fortified. We are assembling aircraft in place. Shoe Event Horizon. That's pretty cool, actually. For example, we have begun to concentrate assets over here. So, for example, over here at Palembang, we do have a concentration of 85 ready, but 94 key 43s in total, which we would like to have more of in the near future, but it's not a bad start for now. We do have about 50 bombers ready, 57 in total there. So that's a good enough amount to allow for like a strike. It's not particularly perfect, but it will give us some means of defense there, some means of striking out. I'm going to be looking towards doing the THG turn this weekend, really. Do bear in mind that obviously with starting university, my time is unbelievably stretched. So I'm going to have to try and fit things in, but the issue is it's like, I just don't have the time that I used to. Like my schedule on Friday is hot, well, it's frankly awful. I have 3 hours in the day before I do have to start streaming for 4 hours. But in that 3 hours I need to travel back and then eat, do a test and just try and chill ideally before then stream until the evening. So it's very busy. Very, very busy. I mean, after I do finish this actual stream, I'm going to have to go and get some work ready as well, actually. But, hey, it's a live fight show, so can't complain. No pain, no gain, right? Right, so we do need more supply out here. I'll see you later then, just have a good one. Which allied base are a threat to Palembang? Well, I mean, that's the thing really, isn't it? There's not many of them now. That one I'm surprised didn't fall, frankly. That looked to be a very odd roll there. We'll attack again. Then there's only really the one base over here in Sumatra left to take. I mean, also we do have these 2 dot bases here to take. But that's really the only actually established base there in Sumatra. There is Christmas Island IO, which I'm going to be taking in the near future. But as far as it goes as threat to Palembang, well, I guess Java, I guess Surabaya. But Surabaya is not too far away from the end there. Okay. Yes, we do control here now, which is excellent. So, had we actually won that victory here today, we would have forced them to surrender. Let's see. So, their fatigue and disruptions up there. That's okay. What I'm going to do then is allow the other regiment to march in there. Excuse me. It's a trail, so it'd take them at least 5 days. So they would arrive by the 10th of March. I don't know. I mean, that's not a bad timeline. It's not a great timeline, but it's not a particularly bad timeline. We do have a 20th Infantry Regiment arriving over here at Madouane shortly. These tanks need to move out this way. So we do have our tanks over here that will attack Malang. Ideally, they can actually take Malang. It's times 3 terrain, and I believe they probably do have some AT guns. But I'm kind of hoping that they might be able to overwhelm that force there and drive them back to Surabaya. I do have a Naval Guard unit being moved in here alongside some artillery, so we'll have an additional little bit of AV here. The issue is I really want to get the 56th Division moved out elsewhere, but I need to destroy these units here. That's probably going to be the last part of Java to fall, really. We'll see about that. I might go ahead and I need to scrounge up some bombers to keep hitting it, really. But it's not a major problem. Okay. I do need to find some actual bombers though, don't I? That'd be ideal. Yeah, I need to find bombs. The issue is I haven't had many available. I might go ahead and just use some G4s, potentially. We'll see. I'll see what I can scrounge up. I'll see what I can scrounge up for that. Oh wow, he's actually still not aware of the fact that we have Tassos 122 over here. Now, Tassos 122 is carrying the 48th Division and the 14th Army there, which is very nice. Quite happy that they are alive. Excellent. Yep, that'd be defended too. I do have a light cruiser and DDs heading north. What we're doing here then is we're going to have the 2nd Division actually sent out towards Truck. What I'm trying to do as well is actually assemble APDs down towards Truck as well, so we can make use of them for said wake operation if needs be. The only issue we've had on Lucina has been the bloody troops over here. Sorry, on Luzon has been the troops of Lucina. They had a major pain in the arse. It's surprising, really. That roll they got was pretty tremendous. Well, we'll deal with them. What I'm doing is actually having all the artillery sent down towards Lucina. It's going to be heading to China then afterwards. Our Afghan battalion is going to be moving out towards Burma. But yeah, the artillery is going to be shifting down here towards Lucina. We are moving the 65th Brigade. What I'm going to do here then is actually have a 21st Division head back to Manila. Yeah, I just can't believe they had like 100 squads disabled on that attack. That was like monstrous, to be honest. So I'm going to have them head back to Manila so they can go ahead and just recover. What I'm doing is moving the 65th Brigade here. What we'll do then is we'll bring the artillery down here. If I don't need the 2nd Division, obviously it will return here to deal with them. I'm making a division available for Wake if it is required. But depending on how far they make it out, it might be that we potentially have said division move down here to tackle Moresby. I'm kind of expecting that we'll have Java in hand in the near future to sufficiently satisfactory degree that I might be able to actually pull a division out or pull a decent number of forces out. Mindanao is not too much of a problem. I can take Mindanao at my own pace to a degree. He does have his units obviously piled up over here. Unloading the division then, okay. Put them into rest mode. We do have the army, which definitely helps us out too. So what I can go ahead and do then is actually have them plan for Cagayan. There we are. I'm going to have 48th planned for Cagayan too. Here we are. A single division probably isn't going to be enough. It's only the Types 2 terrain, which is good. I probably would want to have another division just to soften them up. It'd be nice to actually have a bombardment to potentially soften them up too. But we do have the benefit of actually having the only industry on the island over here, the Zamboanga, which is quite nice. All that supply actually goes into our coffers each turn, rather than into his own. So he's playing a game here where he doesn't have much to give. He only has a finite amount of resources. Which is good for us, bad for him. Right, okay. So I do have assets over here. Seeing ships down here still. 58-17. He looks to move them out of the area, but that is possibly because the thunderstorms in this area. Well, it seems like there's poor weather in this area. Yeah, look at that, severe storms. Jesus, is there storms all over the area? Extreme overcast. Yeah, bad weather over the entire area, really. So we might potentially just miss them. But well. Continue to build up Little Andaman. It's a shame, we should have had another day's progress on this, but now well. I do have supply being loaded up over here on a fast transport. That's about 2,400. I think what I'll do then is just give it the time to allow the extra 600 loaded, and we can have that moved down to Little Andaman. I do have supply being moved over here too. That's moving towards Little Andaman, but I think what I'll do is actually just have that moved instead to Port Blair. I can just have the supply moved from Port Blair to here. It's a safer path as well this way. Wow, is that not... that should have had an escort in there. That's my bad. Okay, that can go over here to Port Blair. Okay. There we go. So we finally got our unit in the Hex, which is good. So I'm going to have them immediately go ahead and conduct a attack. The terrain here is jungle. I do have my Koi here. I don't control that Hex. Knowing him, he'll bloody just march north, which would be a major pain in the ass. He's marching up this way towards Tungi. These guys marching this way. Let's see. So the artillery is beginning to arrive over here. Righto. Let's see. He's on that major road there, so he'll be there shortly. What I'm going to do then is actually have the 7th RTA here. Moved out that way. We do have these elements moving too. Yeah, frankly, there's not really much you can do to cause problems here. Yeah, there's nothing really of any value, so that's fine. Let's see. Couple of units there. Right, so we do have our units here. I'm rather surprised they didn't take that, but I'll keep attacking until they do. These units heading back here, okay. This is headed north now. So if you take a look... So we do have the 33rd and the 18th here. Frankly, it would be nice to actually deploy units over here, but the APDs are going to take too long to get there, so I'm going to just keep attacking them, really. We do have our RF gun battalion here now too. Fair amount of fatigue, but that's to be expected, really. So we'll issue the attack. Right, there we are. It might even be that we have a division's march onto Akyab potentially. I don't particularly plan it. So I don't know, maybe. I doubt it. It'd be easy just to take it amphibiously, but I doubt it. Probably not too bad. Hey, doing that, Gary? Good to have you, my man. Yeah, not a great roll here, so what I'm going to do then is actually have them stood down. It's annoyance. I mean, they do have a wooded terrain there, but I would have expected a little bit better. I do want to open up that SunYan. We do see him marching this way. Yeah, this is kind of what I was actually fearing a while ago, that he would actually go for something like this. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce this position here then. I believe I do have forces being sent out this way south. Ah, here we are. So I do have 27th Division being moved south here. It's going to take some time, but it will be moved. 15th AA can move over here to SunYan, get it on the rails where it wants to go, which is not particularly here. And they can remain here for the time being just to keep control of that Hexide, just to try and make it hard for him to actually retreat anyway. Marching here, so we'll arrive next turn. These fellows, 29, so they'll arrive in about 2 days. And well, actually no, what is it? Major or secondary? Secondary, isn't it? Yeah, 2 days. So one more turn movement, and then we'll go into combat mode. We'll be there then. Yeah, it's kind of pain those on the rail there. Okay. Yeah, so I'd like to get some additional power just out this way, just make sure we can hold this. Hey, didn't that do? Yeah, it has. It's been rather annoying, actually. Some of the rolls have just been kind of crazy, haven't they? But then again, we do get good rolls every now and then, so I suppose this is it. It goes either way. But we've got the rolls where we needed them, so I'm not too displeased, really. Going well, just started. Still in the introduction week, doesn't begin properly until next week. So that's when the fun really begins, because that's when I'll be even busier. But I'll try and keep up. Try not to let you guys down. Let's see here then. Yeah, these guys came out really well. Yeah, not even any disruption here. TOE's looking pretty freaking good. We took barely any losses there. Barely any losses. Which is to be expected, considering the sheer amount of AV here. Yes, as I said, he attacked. Oh, he attacked the army, which is being... Oh, no, he didn't attack the army. Okay, that's not too bad. He attacked these units. This unit. But that can go into movement mode. There we are. But in fairness, I might want to keep one of those units there just to keep control of that. But I'm going to have some units shifted down this way. And we attacked over here. And he did manage to hold out. I still have these units here. So even if he does cross, he's going to cross into about 210 AV in ×3 terrain. We'll attack again. Just gonna try and break him. He's likely not gonna have much in the way of supply. Now, let's see. I just wish I had, like, another unit there and there. Let's see, what is that terrain out there? Clear terrain. Oh, there is actually a road out there. Wow, that's actually that's actually somewhat surprising, to be honest. I didn't think there'd be a road there. I think for the time being, I'm going to have these tanks sent this way. I may actually reconsider on that. But we did we did cause him tremendous casualties. I do want to push him ideally towards Yunnan. I do have 11th Tank Regiment moving out towards Ningxia. That's good. We took that base this day then. On damage, which is nice. Some supply built up here, which is good. So we've got resources. Yeah, so it looks like... Did we get that attacked? Yeah, we got that resource. Yeah, we got the resources intact, which is nice. So it looks like we had some light tanks potentially knocked out. Or damaged, at least. But all in all, there's really nothing wrong here. I mean, this is it. This is where the tanks just really have a field day. There's really nothing that can stop them at this point. There we are. These units continue to march on this way. And the good news is by having these units over here, it does actually make it really hard for him, because supplies are not going to... I don't think it'll move down this road. It could move around and then down the road, but I don't know if it can move down. Yeah, I think it could move around, perhaps, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, it probably does just move around. But obviously it's significantly harder then. Let's see, so we continue to march here towards Yunnan. So we're nearly there. About 2 turns we'll be here. Can attack and they'll be forced back into Yunnan. I was really happy to see that. Obviously it's the second unit over here, so he's looking to cut this unit off. But thankfully, I do still have that there. Let's see, I do have this force here. What I can do then is actually have the 22nd move back. But frankly, I want to have that moved elsewhere. And there's still... yeah. We just need to get the actual garrison shifted around here, really. How much do I need there? 120. What I'll do for the time being then is have this unit moved here so I can move that brigade back up there. Then I need to find units to actually properly manage that garrison there. I may consider bringing in a Manchukuo division down this way just to give us additional numbers, but in fairness, it's fine. We'll have a number of these actual brigades made available. Also, these divisions will be made available once again soon after we've done chasing these units on the interior, which is nice. So we're quite happy about that. I do have 10th Division there, moving it in, which is good. So they'll arrive here shortly. Secondary roads, actually, so another... Yes, another 2 turns there, so they'll be at 45 tomorrow, then they can go in combat mode, because why not? And then we'll begin pushing here. Did you think the AK or the AP? Not too sure, not too sure. It might have been the AK, it might have been the AP. Hard to say there, really. Right. So the question comes down to, do we cross over here? I've still not yet had them actually fly a bloody mission. I don't know why. It must, I don't know, the weather must be freaking bad out this way. It's a size 1 airfield, so I wonder if that's having an impact on them. How many engineers do we have here? Got 12. I guess it's worthwhile building up to at least level 2. Can I do that to level 2? Yeah, oh yeah, it could be a big airfield if needs be. Yes, they would. They would appear at Chengdu. But if we take Chengdu, then I believe they do not reappear. Like, these are his national reinforcement centers, or locations. The Susana Air Base is level 1, yes. That might be why they're not flying, but potentially. I think I've flown from level 1s, but maybe not, actually. It's not often we make use of level 1s. I could be wrong there. Okay. Okay. I swear I've flown them from level 1 airfields before sometimes, but I think it depends on the mission. So I'll just put them into rest mode for now. I might be thinking of flying it from down here at Hankau. That's fine, we'll have to get them built up then. Yeah, light bombers, that's it. Yeah, we did fly the ANDs, that's it. That's why I was confused there. So let's see, Lankau. Oh, well, that's not bad then. We can have them move to Lankau. Lankau is a level 3 airfield, which is excellent. So we could make use of Lankau. Yeah, that sounds good idea. 7 hexes, so it's still within range then. So we could make use of Lankau. That's good. We'll get them moved out probably to Lankau. Nah, it's sort on issues there. Okay. Keeping a close eye now on on Western China. Right, 65th Naval Guard. Just move for that. Wait for that unit to move there. 51st Division marching north. So gonna march here. Thankfully we're not seeing any movements over here at Ankang, as far as we can tell. Which is handy enough. Right. Move it to Lankau. What I'll start doing then is the airfield attack there. We know he flew his bombers, so he's flown the SBs. I do need to make sure they do have fighter cover, so I might potentially have some fighters moved out with them, but we still have them there. I don't know. It might be that we just instead don't bomb Kianko until I can actually make sure we have enough fighter support just to make sure we can cover SunYan and the bombers. I'll see. But we are making some pretty damn good progress here. Things are going well. Again, yeah, I really do want to get the shotguns built up as quickly as possible there, really. And let's see, does he have detection? He doesn't have detection, thankfully, which is really, really nice. Really quite happy about that. Right. We do see a task force here moving east, which is interesting, yeah. Looks very likely to be what we've come to expect. It's odd. It's very odd. He's working to a sort of timetable here, which is very strange. I mean, it's not guaranteed that we'll be able to do anything against him if it comes to Talagi again. But, I don't know. It's very strange. It's like you don't do something over. I mean, sure you can do, but I don't know. It just seems really, really dangerous to keep doing the same thing until it becomes predictable. I mean, all we need now is this airfield to be built up, and then, well, I can actually fly in assets and we can begin building up even faster then, and then we'll be able to fly torpedoes. We're sadly not at that point yet, so he'll likely just come in and be able to bombard again, which in fairness is not so bad. I mean, this is it, we've got more supply there now. There's always a chance he actually runs into some submarines, which would be nice too. I'm just actually quite happy that we're aware of it now, ahead of time, which is always a good thing to have. Yes. Now if I take a look out here. That's the airfield I wanted to build up at the moment, so I need to get the actual assets moved out that way. Which is easier said than done. We'll get them shifted. We'll get them shifted. Right. I was quite happy that the division's unmolested. That's really nice. And this is it. I don't know if I'll march upon them yet. It might not be a bad idea. It doesn't particularly make a difference if we march on him while that keeps him in the hex, then I guess. I don't know. I might see what the situation develops like. I would like to have another division there to make use of, but we might be able to find other forces. But two divisions will probably make quick work of it. I don't want to go into a situation like half-arse, if that makes sense. Okay. I may potentially cancel that attack, though. I don't think they're very strong, but it might actually just be worth my time more so just to have, yeah. To be honest, I could just march this way. I should have just been marching this way to last show, to be honest. That'd have been made. Yeah, it would have been a better use of time. I'll not cancel their movement as of yet. But I'll think about that. So take a look at our combat reports then. So we did have Shrina there. Torpedoed on fire, heavy damage. That's in the room, that's nice. I can't wait to get the AKs, sort of the ARs, so we can have these ships looked after. That's intriguing. There we go, I5 is available. Right. Palmyra, Spencer size 2. Port Augusta, to 4. Kavieng, Spencer size 2 airfield. There we go, it's nice to have that. Oh, pilot Shiga-O is reported to have escaped capture. Oh, well done. Very nice. Ah, that's been upgraded, okay. I didn't realise I had any set to upgrade. And there are some that are worth upgrading, though. Take a look over here in the R&D, see how we're doing today. So 42% there, not too far away. I think they did make advancements. Looking forward to having the Knicks. Very much looking forward to having the Knicks. There's that 7 4s there. I might have overcounted there. The font is a little bit hard to read, but it looks like we had 7 4s. We've still got a... so we have 1 5. We've got 7 4s, I think. So it's looking pretty nice. It'd be nice if we had more progress, but it's going well enough, I guess. As well as can be expected for an aircraft that arrives so late in the war, really. Right. Looking nice. Armament is going to have to be turned on in the near future. How you doing there, hello Schnackbar? General situation is good so far. Looking well. We won the battle just outside Kyanko. Now, it does make me wonder. I do feel like it might be just worthwhile to march across to Kyanko. I think we'd probably win that, to be honest. I think we'd probably win. I do feel quite a lot better because we actually did beat up one of his cores there. Being able to get across there would really make a tremendous difference. Yeah, I feel like we could probably do it. It would have been nice if we had some tank support and stuff like that on more divisions, but I think we can probably manage it, really. Even if we don't win it outright, I reckon we could probably win it. And even just locking those units in place isn't a bad thing, really. Yeah, let's take a look then. It's ×2 terrain. We'll be taking a look at Southeast Asia shortly, my friend. Yes, it's ×2 terrain. I mean, the good news is we have the wooded rough terrain, which is excellent. We do have the Kwantong army over here. Or Kewatong, yeah. Kwatong army there. Kwantong army. So they're playing for Kienko, which is nice. Yeah, I just realised his leadership is quite bad, isn't it? I'll have to take a look at that wiki regarding leaders. Let's make sure I put a proper commander in there that's actually fit for the job. And that is actually surprisingly bad, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's not bad. Well, it's about average. Bad average, really. If you count 50 as average. But 50 is probably... I don't know, actually. It's not bad, is it, really? It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. He's not that bad. He's just not outstanding. Wow. Now he's bad. Yeah. Yeah, wanking him in. That's pretty bad. I mean, that's what bad looks like. Yeah. I'm gonna have them set to marching across. I mean, the divisions are in really good shape. I mean, how did we look there? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, interestingly enough, it says he had low supply there, which is nice. Yeah, as Doom says there, no destroyed, which is good. So I don't think we're going to get any better. The sooner we march across as well, the better, really, because the 95th is not going to be in a great shape to fight. I mean, he doesn't have a huge amount of AV there. I mean, we've only got the 5 out of 10, which is not exactly great. He might have around 70-odd thousand troops or so. Less now, but around that sort of number. And we're not exactly far off that number ourselves in just actual infantry, and obviously the amount of guns we have. We've got preparation. I think we will go ahead and attack. He's likely going to bomb this unit here. So, it's secondary roads. What I could potentially do then is... Yeah, I'll just set them to march. But I think what I might do is have them march in combat mode for the time being. The reason being, I can have them set to follow a unit, and even if they are bombed, it doesn't matter. But I can't be 100% certain that he isn't going to march men across the river. There might be men moving across the river, but can't see it. It's very, very unlikely. But I don't, at the same time, want him to bomb us. We've seen him using SB3s, and I don't want to have units move outside coordination. So if it means 4 turns of march in combat mode, that's... Well, not 4 turns. We'll see. No, be more. I guess I'll march them in combat. No, I'll march them in movement mode. Never mind. I'll just send them to follow a unit and just march. Yeah, that's fine. Just follow and march in movement mode. That's fine. What I'll do is just set the key 4 to freeze over there. I was trying to avoid that. But that's fine. Suppose this is it. We're not going to have it go perfectly, really, are we? So, yeah, we'll set that up. Have them move in movement mode. They're forming a unit, so that's okay. I can have tanks to join them in the near future too. And this is it. There is also then the 37th Division. It took a long... And this is it then, really. I don't think that... I mean, it would have been nice to have had like another division there, maybe. Another 2 divisions, you know what I mean? It would have been nice to have had more, but then again, we've got all the artillery there, essentially. We've got engineers there. We've also got the 6 divisions themselves in great shape. We've got headquarters in there. They've got preparation. They'll soon have air support too. I don't think there's much more we could do about that. And I think this is it. Frankly, once we're across the river, I think we could probably take it on the first attack, maybe. I'd like to think so. I can't imagine him having that much AV. He'll probably have a couple hundred, maybe 1,000, something like that, maybe 2,000. But I think we'll probably win that attack. I think we'll win. Planning does help. It does help. I can't give details as to how much it helps, but it definitely does help. Well, the way it is, it helps with the actual adjusted AV essentially. It's like somebody will be able to explain this better. It's been a while since I've last looked at it. But if you have like no preparation, your potential roll can be like lower. Having a preparation, it just helps. It gives you a bonus there. It's always really, really good to have headquarters as well. It does make me wonder if it's actually worthwhile just leaving the headquarters here, frankly. In combat mode. I don't know. I do wonder if it's worthwhile moving in combat mode. Maybe just to begin with. I don't think he's moving a unit across there. And even if he did, I don't think it'd make that much difference. And he's got to know it'd be suicidal, so no, I think we're okay. I may leave the headquarters on the other side of the river. But then again, if we're going to cross in combat mode, they'll be okay, and it would be quite nice to have support there. It's probably okay, but I'll double check with things beforehand. Not make a decision quite so much yet. It was interesting to see they had low supply though. Very interested to see that. So I can imagine, I mean, this is it, Kianko there, size 1 airfield. I mean, Sian can have like an unlimited amount of supplies there. Trying to think of an island that has like a size 1 airfield. And this has got a port as well. Okay, so this has got a port as well, but with a size 1 airfield, you can only have like 70, so you can only have 8,000 supply there at max before you start getting spoilage. So he might have enough supply here at Kianko, but then he's gonna have some, well, he's gonna have some problems with supply. But I just really like the fact that that supply is heading there, because it's gonna get sucked up into that mass, and yeah, it's looking good. I mean, the beautiful thing is we do have our divisions actually assembling down here at Langson. We do have a division that'll be here tomorrow. I'll probably have that division march on over here to Kokong, perhaps. I think every base we take is not a bad thing at all, really. Yeah. There's additional divisions moving in this area, too. Yeah, we're looking pretty strong. Right. Okay. And then 40th Division arrives tomorrow. So if we take a look there, we do own these hex sides, so we can't actually march this way, or this way, which is nice. I cannot imagine his supply situation is looking favourable. I think what we'll do then is when we do have a 40th Divisions, we'll attack. I just can't imagine his supply situation is going to be good. I just cannot imagine it being good right now. But the excellent thing is, well, let's take a look. So we do have 38th Division here. So 38th Division is going to arrive here at Langson tomorrow. So I'm building that airfield up over here at Langson just to allow us to actually make greater use of it. Also to have more supply being stored here would not be a bad thing. It's not going to matter soon because we'll be marching across, but it would be nice just to have a greater airfield here to facilitate use of bombers. Do you have these guys moving more aviation support there? Cool. I don't know, maybe I just have that instead move to Canton. And probably is a better idea just to have the bombers shifted to Canton, really. I don't lose much in the way of range, but I do gain much in the way of actual size of airfields. I think Canton already has some aviation support as well, so that's not a bad thing. Yeah, there's aviation support here already. There's also a couple of fighters here, which is not too bad. Yeah, I might have them just shifted there to Canton. It's probably better place, in all honesty. And what I'd like to do is like start bombing these areas as well then. But yeah, we're going to have the 2 divisions begin to march this way, towards Nanning. Once Nanning is ours, we can march then on to Lushao. It's going to find it difficult, especially if we start pushing on this sector here. But I mean, this is where the end of China begins. I mean, well, this is where the end of China is, really. If we make it across over here to Kyanko and we defeat him at Kyanko, he's going to have a nasty time, because I don't think there's anything he can really much do at that point, then. He can try to desperately bring troops from the rest of China, but they're not going to arrive in time. And he's going to lose his largest industrial centers there. And then all we need to do is take Chengdu, and then his reinforcements do not come back. Well, his men do not come back. And then essentially at that point is China just withering on the vine. His supply situation will continue to worsen. Yeah, it'll be nasty. How you doing there, Canadian? Not quite yet, my friend. Not quite yet. Yes. I'm glad to have another regiment here that can begin marching. So 5 days until they arrive over here at Jakarta. Jakarta, I don't know how to pronounce that, but you know what I mean. We'll have that soon enough. Yeah, just assembling the forces here. It does look like Surabaya might be the last battle then here. And luckily that is clear terrain, which does make it actually far easier on us, really. Have them set a plan for Surabaya. Yeah, I do feel like I would prefer to have like an actual full division here for Surabaya, just because I always really like to use divisions rather than just single regiments. Right, they can be shifted. Move into there then, isolate Surabaya. Having tanks is very nice too. But I forget, put them into shock attack. Give it a go. I'm going to have them march out there to deal with that. But actually, let's take a look at what that terrain is. That terrain is jungle. Oof. And it'd take a while to do that, so no, I can't be arsed with that. If he retakes the basement, so what, really? Let's come back in and get him. Need to take that dot base, so he just surrendered at that point, then. No, we're looking pretty well. I do want to get supply down here. I'm probably going to just have to fly that in. That's such a pain in the arse, though. Yes, the Japanese... we do get armor divisions, yes. Let's see, I think one of these really forms into an armor division. That's 16th. Here we go, second tank division. So yeah, so we'll have the engineer regiment, field artillery regiment, mobile infantry. Oh, there we go, the Type 1 half track. That's cool. Yeah, so it'll have a reconnaissance battalion, 3 tank regiments, a second... And having the mobile AA is pretty awesome, actually. It's not a bad unit at all, really. Not a bad unit. As far as it goes for Japan, I mean, this is it. Well, probably the best we're going to get in terms of, like, armoured units. Well, armoured, yeah, forces, essentially. Aye. So we'll go ahead and I think we'll call it about there, actually. We've had a good hour and 40 minutes. It's been a lot of fun here. I hope you guys are looking forward to the next turn. This is it. I'm going to try to hunt down these assets over here. It's probably going to try and run, but it's been nice to actually hit something out here, which is a good thing. Let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be suffering badly. There's not much he can really have left in China. Obviously he's got AV there on the ground, but his position just continues to worsen. That is such a big victory. I mean, if we have our forces march uninterrupted, we could be we could hit Kianko on the 9th of March. How you doing there, Snake? Just about to end the stream there, my friend. It's been a good one. You'll be able to rewatch. Might be able to watch the replays. You'll be able to catch up soon. I do need to change the colour of that chat from the light blue to something else, actually, but that's something I'll probably forget about. But thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. It's been awesome to have you. Been great to be back. I look forward to the next stream. If you guys have enjoyed this, please do go ahead and follow me here on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. But if you'd like to support myself as a content creator, then potentially consider subscribing here on Twitch or becoming a Patreon backer. That'd be awesome. Thank you so very much. Look forward to seeing you. Sayonara and goodbye.